today an amazing and vibrant wild garlic pesto. Let's do it. So to make this beautiful, exciting and vibrant wild garlic pesto, we need to start by preheating the oven to 180 degrees. And we need a baking tray. And onto the baking tray, scatter over some hazelnuts. And to the hazelnuts, we want to add an equal amount of cashew nuts. So pop your nuts into the oven and we want to roast them off for about 5 to 7 minutes until they start to get lightly brown and you've got a beautiful nutty aroma. While they're in and we've got a few minutes, we're going to need some wild garlic, of course. This stuff is amazing. It grows all over the UK between February and April. Give the wild garlic a really good wash, drain away the water, and then taking a nice, clean, dry tea towel, you want to just pat it dry to remove some of that excess water. It doesn't have to be bone dry, just do the best job you can. Pop it back into the bowl, and when they're ready, you want to remove the nuts from the oven, pop the nuts into a ramekin ready to go, and then you want to take the washed wild garlic, pop a good handful onto the chopping board, and cut it up roughly with a really sharp knife. We're going to be blitzing up the pesto anyway, but this just helps things along a little bit. Stick the wild garlic to one side, and then you want to take a bulb of regular garlic, just one clove, and a blender. You can use half or a whole clove, it is up to you. Chop it up a bit and then pop the garlic into the blender, and then you want to add a good splash of some extra virgin olive oil. Blitz up the garlic for a moment. We don't want chunks of garlic in our pesto, and then you can go in with your roasted nuts. So pop in the hazelnuts and the cashews, give that another blend for a couple of ticks to get things moving, and then for the wild garlic. So add a good few handfuls and also a lovely fresh lemon. So zest that into the blender, and then you want to cut it in half and squeeze in some of the juice. And you do want to be fairly generous with the lemon. This really brings the pesto to life and gives it a great vibrancy. Add a little dash more oil, and then you want to blend that up for a few moments until it's nicely mixed. Give it a quick taste, make any more adjustments you need at this point, and then grate in some Parmesan cheese. Be fairly generous with your cheese, so get a good handful in there. Blend for a very quick tick, give it a good stirring up, and at this point, very important to give it a quick taste so you can make any adjustments you need to get it just as you want. You want to season with some salt and freshly ground black pepper. Give it one last really good stir, and when you're happy, there we have our beautiful wild garlic pesto. So pop that into a bowl, and you can stick that to one side ready to go. Now the pesto's ready, we're ready to cook the pasta. So you want to pop a saucepan onto the hob, turn the heat up high, fill that up with water, and then very, very important when cooking pasta, you want to heavily season the pasta water. We literally want it as salty as the sea. Once the water's boiling, chuck in your rigatoni, give it a stir once it's in so it doesn't stick, and then you want to cook this for about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes less than it says on the packet. This will assure that the pasta is nice and al dente, as we're going to be finishing it off in the sauce at the end. Now very quickly, it does seem like a lot of salt in the water, I know, but this is very important when cooking pasta. Only a very small amount of the salt and water gets absorbed into the pasta when it cooks, and this perfectly seasons the pasta ready to go. This is fundamental. So taste the pasta, and once it's ready, you want to chuck your rigatoni into a saucepan, making sure that you're splashing a bit of that pasta water as well. Once it's in, add a good tablespoon or 2 of your pesto, give it a really good stirring through, cook it out for 1 minute or 2, give it a really good tossing up in the pan, add any more pesto if you need, maybe a touch more pasta water, and when you're happy, we're good to go. So pour your rigatoni out onto a plate, finish with a really nice grating of some Parmesan, a few twists of freshly ground black pepper, and there we have a beautiful wild garlic pesto rigatoni. All that's left to do is to get stuck in, and I'll see you next time.